World Cup is quickly on its way. We're talking arts and crafts that you can do with the kiddos to keep them entertained this summer. Plus, from crafts to a gospel legend. Come on now, Myron Butler is in the house.
Stick around to see where you can see me record my new projects live. GMT starts now.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
Good morning, Texas. Happy Tuesday. I'm Erin Hunter. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. If you're a business owner, there are some important steps you need to take here soon to get ready for the World Cup. It is coming quite quickly. We're going to go through them with you this morning. Plus, Tony Romas is in the house to do a big old ribbon cutting. They're out on our patio this morning. We can't wait to get a taste of that. Maybe they have some baby back ribs this morning. I don't know. Breakfast of champions. And get your cups ready because a little later, I'm spilling some of the hottest GMT. We are talking all things Scary Movie 6 from this past weekend, opening weekend for them. How much did they make? How much did they bring in? Was it a profit? We're going to spill it a little bit later, so make sure you stick around for that and so much more. But first, let's pop over to the Weather Center, see what's going on outside. Greg, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning to you, Erin. Good morning to everyone. Well, another very steamy morning out there. Those temperatures are already starting to climb. That humidity, it's going to be a little tough to deal with for some as we go through the day as well with that heat index. Certainly something we're going to be talking a lot about over the next few days. 80 degrees getting out to Fort Worth right now. We've seen those low clouds rolling through. Those winds are starting to pick up a little bit more out of the south and southeast right now in Fort Worth at 13 miles per hour. We have 80 degrees there, and then coming back over to downtown Dallas, still looking at the low clouds. That again will scatter out a little bit later this morning heading into the afternoon. 81, we're looking at Fair Park. Looking back at downtown right now with those south winds at 9. So everyone back into the low 80s now. So we're starting to warm back up. 81 for Gainesville and Sherman, 80 there in McKinney, those upper 70s heading over to Terrell and Greenville, and you see those upper 70s as well getting out toward Mineral Wells. Granbury right now at 79. Those dew point temperatures, they are quite healthy today as well. Low mid 70s. So that's the measure of the amount of moisture that we have, and they're actually fairly close to the actual temperatures they have been. So when we have that, we're into the very uncomfortable category here for us this morning with those dew points in the low and mid 70s. So you're going to feel that a little bit for today. The air a little bit heavy to say the least, and we'll see those daytime highs climbing into the lower 90s this afternoon. Heading over to Fort Worth, you'll top out around 93, maybe 94. Those low 90s heading out to Denton and McKinney. But once we factor in that humidity today, it's going to feel like it's up around 100, maybe 101 or so as we go through the afternoon hours for today. So quite steamy out there. We'll have mostly sunny skies and those brisk south winds as well in that 10-20 mile per hour range later today. It does stay seasonably hot and humid as well as we go through the rest of this week with that heat index maybe as hot as 105 later in the week. But we also have at least a slight chance for a few showers and thunderstorms down the road. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later in the show. But now, Erin, back to you.
Ah, boy, Greg, I can't believe it's already that time for the triple digits. Everybody brace themselves. All right, we're going to pop back to Greg here in just a bit for a full forecast. But as the World Cup hype starts to turn into a frenzy, businesses are doing their part to prepare for an influx of visitors. So Chanel Yarber says there are several things owners can do to take advantage of that moment, and she joins me to share a few this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So glad to have you here. So for the business owners who question why should they get ready, why is this so important, can you explain the benefits of being ready to go when everybody starts to come in?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have hundreds of thousands of new visitors that are coming to North Texas.
Yes.
And so that's a huge opportunity for your business to be highlighted, to be spotlighted, and for new people to come in and to patronize you.
Yes.
So why not be prepared?
So you say business owners should remember if visitors can't find them, they can't buy from them, which makes so much sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have to think, most visitors are coming here, they're looking for places to go, they want to have a good experience, they want to have a good burger, a good taco, good brisket.
Yes.
And so you want to be able to be found by them. You don't want to just leave it to chance that they can find you, which means they're going to go to Google, they're going to be looking you up. Where's the nearest taco stand? Where's the nearest burger? And so you want to make sure that your Google My Business profiles are optimized so that when people are searching, you're the first person that they find.
Okay, interesting. I just thought it was whatever came up first, whatever was closest, but you have to tap in and make sure to do the work as far as laying the groundwork for that. You also say to market in multiple languages, which makes sense because it's the World Cup.
Absolutely. So you want to be inviting to the new guests. If they come to your site and all they see is English and that's not their local language, they may feel a little turned off or a little bit intimidated.
Yes.
So you want to lower the barrier for them to be able to access you. So it's very easy. Just translate some of your menus or some of the things on your website at least show that you're trying, even
Exactly.
if you don't speak the language natively.
Exactly. Okay. You also say to become a destination by creating an experience. I like this one because people usually, when they're not at the game or they're not at a watch party, they want to experience North Texas.
Absolutely. So you got to think about watch parties, think about the selfie walls and things that people want to do to have fun, because that's only going to amplify your business more, even on social media, as people are sharing their pictures and their experiences and going back and telling their friends, hey, we had a great time at this place. Come back next time.
And social media is such a big part of it. I know marketing in other places is important as well, but social media, I mean, my goodness, if you can get it going on there, you've got it set and ready to go. And so you say to train your team to be hosts, not just employees. I think that kind of taps into the language barrier as well, just trying to lean in.
Yeah, so you have to think about the customer experience once people come there. You want them to have a good time. You want them to have a memorable experience. You want them to have something to talk about that's good and not bad. And so you have to train your staff to be able to give recommendations or greet them in their language, make them feel like they're at home, be that local North Texas hospitality that they're looking for when they're coming here.
Because honestly, at that point, they might not even be coming for your goods anymore. They might just be coming for the feeling, for the presence, for the vibes. And that's how you keep people coming back. Because if I'm coming from out of country, I want to pick one spot, know that it's good, know that I'm treated well, and I'll just keep going back, you know? And so you say also to collaborate, don't compete. I'm assuming that's with other businesses.
Oh, yeah. So you got to think like cities like McKinney and Frisco, Plano, and all across the Metroplex, we have these really nice downtown areas, local small business areas where people come and they, you know, explore.
Yeah.
And so you want to collaborate with other businesses that are in proximity to you, or that where their things complement your services and your products, so that you're not doing the heavy lift all by yourself. That can make your marketing dollars go much farther when you have a partner in it. And you can create a referral economy with the local businesses that are right there in your backyard.
I like that, because this leads into your next point of not just thinking about right now for the moment, but thinking long-term overall.
Absolutely. So we have thousands of soccer fans right here in North Texas. We think about the people that are coming internationally, but think long-term. A lot of the people that are already here are soccer fans, and they're looking for the same experiences as the people that are coming from across the pond. So you want to be able to capture their email addresses, get them to follow you on social media. Again, create those experiences where they want to share on their social media and amplify your business.
Because that's free marketing right there.
Yeah, it's free marketing for you, and it keeps them coming back over and over again.
Ah, very good. Okay, can I ask, what do you think maybe is the biggest mistake that businesses make during these influx times?
Sure. One of the things that I see a lot with, especially restaurants, is understaffing and not thinking about that experience that people have. Yeah. Because the first thing they're going to do is run to Google, and they may say something totally terrible and trash your Google reviews, and it takes time to make that back up. And so you want to make sure that you have your staff in place, that they're ready, that they know what they're on point to do, and that they serve with excellence.
Come on now, and with cultural sensitivity,
yes,
okay? Because
absolutely.
we are in that space, and we need to lean in. Yes. Where can we find you for so many more tips?
Yes, you can find me everywhere on social media at Bright Girl Media, and also on my website at www.brightgirl.media.
There it is. Thank you so much for being here this morning
Thank
and
you.
sharing your tips. We appreciate it. The world's biggest sporting event is coming to Dallas this month, and a 54-year-old American original is feeding the fans. Tony Roma's is rolling out a food truck activation at 3 of the tournament matches right here at home. Paige is live outside of our patio, on our patio, I guess I should say, outside of the studio to join in on the celebration and sample some of those baby back ribs. Save me one. Hi, Paige.
Hey, good morning to you. Good morning, Texas. We have got a big celebration. I have got Tony Roma's global CEO, Mina Hawk. She's going to be cutting a very special red ribbon. Before we do the official ceremonial cut, what is the significance of this?
We are just days away from FIFA World Cup 2026, and Tony Roma's today is kicking off its official launch as one of the 3 selected vendors for 3 matches that are coming up very soon. So on June 14th, when you go to see Netherlands versus Japan, Tony Roma's vibrant truck will be outside the stadium. On June 17, there is a much anticipated match. It's England versus Croatia. Again, Tony Roma's truck will be there. And lastly, June 22nd, the world champion Argentina is playing. And we will be there to serve our delicious ribs.
All right, so are you ready on my count? 3, 2, 1. Cut that ribbon.
Yay!
All right, congratulations. This is so exciting. And I have to say, Tony Roma's has been around for 54 years, but many people may not be familiar with the deep Dallas roots that Tony Roma's has here, right here in North Texas. Tell us more.
Yeah. So Dallas Cowboys and Tony Roma's had a very strong bond, and I'll tell you what that bond is. Clint Marchison, the founder of Dallas Cowboy team, went to watch Super Bowl X in Miami and fell in love with our brand, Tony Roma's. He decided to buy the entire company, and he owned Tony Roma's for decades. So in the 90s, you might have seen many Tony Roma's in Dallas. And guess what? We are bringing it back here again soon.
Bringing it back. We love it. Those must have been some ribs to have that kind of influence. And you know what? Only 3 Dallas vendors have had this kind of honor to serve food during the June 14th, 17th, and 22nd matches. So Tony's Roma's made the cut, which is significant. What does that mean?
The FIFA World Cup is a global event. It brings people from all around the world. And it just shows that this beloved American brand, which has presence in 5 continents, is desired by the fans. And FIFA Dallas recognized that and made us one of the official vendors. So we are extremely excited about it.
You know what? And it has all to do with the food. I'm going to bring in, come over here, Shane Womack. I want to talk a little bit about the food itself. So you're going to be feeding fans from dozens of different countries. What's on the menu and what's one dish that people must have to eat?
We are so excited to be part of the World Cup and to bring Tony Roma's ribs to the international community. I'm going to start with what brought us here, and that's our baby back ribs. These things are the same recipe that Chef David used 54 years ago. They are so tender, so lean, fall off the bone. They're just incredible. But that's what made the brand. That's what started us out. But this is Texas. Yeah. I'm born and raised Texan, right?
I like you already.
We like our beef. We like our beef. So we've got our beef ribs. These are our bountiful beef ribs. Look at those bones.
Wow.
Those are huge.
And look at the bones, but also look at the meat.
So we're going to sell these on the truck, 1 bone per order. 1 bone has about a pound of beef on it. That's what we do in Texas, right?
We like everything is bigger in Texas.
Bigger in Texas, right?
Yes.
Everything is bigger in Texas. So that's going to be our rib selection. We've got 2 different sauces that we're going to have on the truck. Our Tony Roma's Original, which really kicked it off. And then my personal favorite, our Carolina Honeys. It's got that sweet honey and that molasses taste. It's just incredible. It caramelizes on the grill. Absolutely amazing. And then also on the truck, we're going to have a couple of burgers. Mm-hmm. The one we're showing today is our barbecue beef bruiser burger, and it is stacked, right? It's got our halal patty on it. It's got cheese, bacon, pork rib meat, comes with fries or coleslaw. It's absolutely amazing. And then also our famous onion loaf that we usually have big on the tables in the restaurant. We're doing a mini version just for the World Cup. So that's our onion loaf, and it comes with our original barbecue sauce. We're just so excited to be able to share this with the world.
Well, you know what? These fans are going to be coming hungry, and the fact that the tradition of Tony Roma's is back and doing the ribs and doing them right. But you also have a very special giveaway. Mina, come back in here and tell us a little bit about this exciting giveaway that you have planned.
We have a signed jersey by Neymar, the famous Brazilian soccer player, and we are giving it away. There are 3 shirts. Please visit the Tony Roma's website to find out the rules and sign up for this giveaway.
And we've got even more exciting news, because guess what? If you are the 8th caller, you can win this signed jersey, this coveted signed jersey. Here's the information for you. You can call 888-446-8880 or 214-977-6008. Right now, as I said, be the 8th caller to win one of these jerseys. And as you heard before, to find out more information about Tony Roma's and their fantastic ribs and how you can be a part of this fantastic celebration, go to TonyRomas.com. Thank you, guys. Wasn't this fun? Woo! All right, I'll send it back inside to you, Erin.
Well, it's not every summer that the World Cup comes to town, and rooting on our favorite teams has got us getting crafty. So grab your glue gun, you guys, because Lily Watson of Camp Crafty. Can I talk today? Camp Crafty.
You did it.
Lily Watson of Camp Crafty.
It's supposed to catch your tongue a little bit. It's catchy like that.
With easy and fun ways to add some spirit to your parties without breaking the budget as well. Good morning to you. I'm so glad to see you.
Good morning, guys. And man, I love what Bright Girl Media just said. Become the destination by creating an experience.
Come on.
Whether it's your home, we're getting calls from restaurants, we're getting calls from sports bars, we're going to country clubs, but we're also just going to people's backyards where they want to remember the game in a special way. And there's a lot of ways that you can do that, like you said, without breaking the bank. So I'm super excited for some of these crafts. First one to jump into is our patches. It's such a fun way to say you're with the team with your own sense of style and without having to hit the merch table. So I've got hats, I've got, my bag for the watch party to bring all my stuff in. Also, everything in soccer is about the scarves.
Yes.
So I'm wearing mine, but such a fun way to create your own scarf for the match, which we all know.
A scarf is definitely a staple at the matches for sure.
It becomes a big deal. I gotta wave it around my head. I'm gonna get rowdy.
Okay, but I do love the hats because it's so hard to find a good World Cup hat, especially one that doesn't cost way out of budget. And so finding just a normal hat and slapping some patches on
couple
there,
patches. You can do a number,
easy.
letters for your favorite player, the flag of your favorite team. They're all easy to find, and it's personal style. No one else is gonna have that hat at the match, which is really exciting.
Okay, I want to get to this because this is so much fun.
Super cute thing to take to the match. I think for the kids, it's all about the autographs.
Yes.
So what I'm having my family do is we just have these blank white balls and we're personalizing them a bit just to make them commemorative. And I'm honestly going to take them with me to the matches and ask the players to autograph it. And then it's just something a little extra special that you can keep on the shelf because this really is such a once in a lifetime experience.
It really is,
crazy.
and it will last for many, many, many years to come. It is a memento
get your kid
that you don't have to
add
buy.
their drawings to it, so you remember, at that age is when the FIFA came. This is what it was like for them. Their little touch on it for sure.
What it's like through their eyes. I love that.
Okay. Exactly. And if you go to Sundance Square right now, they have amazing painted balls all over the place.
They do.
So there's a lot of inspiration that we're seeing out in the city right now. Muralists, public art, really cool ideas for the soccer balls.
What could be fun is taking the soccer balls with the markers, going to Sundance, and
letting them draw in the air. Oh, Camp Crafty loves crafting outside.
It's a really good idea.
Have a seat. It's a public space. Take up your space.
Come on.
We're getting crafty out here. I think that'd be adorable.
Let's come to keychains because I'm a huge keychain girl. I love a keychain on any and everything, and you made some really good ones.
Yes, we have these chunky bag chains. These are like such a fun trend right now, and I love how just adding the soccer ball makes it commemorative for the FIFA matches. And then another thing that is not safe in my house right now are these just like charms and letter beads that I'm adding to almost anything.
Everything.
That stays still. I think the motel keychain is so cute for your bag. We've got sunglasses. You may already have a pair of sunglasses in your house or a hair clip that is just, plain from a pack. I even found these Polaroid frames online.
Cute. That's memorable too.
Yeah, take your Polaroid to the game, to the match, and take a couple photos.
You know what could also be cute? I was talking about these as keychains, but if you slap this on your purse.
Oh yeah, look at how cute.
Purse charms are all the rage right now.
On the back.
Throw that on.
And then it's all about
with my hat.
How the layers
cute. I look cute, right?
You're ready, girl.
Come on. Okay, wait, we have to make some glasses on as we go out.
I want to show you how easy it is. I know this craft with like the charms. It's so cute. It looks so professional. It can feel intimidating. These glues just act like pens.
Oh, and it just glides on.
Yes,
it's so easy.
You literally just glue.
Slap her on.
And place.
I always put my name first.
Yes, girl.
This is a really good craft idea.
Custom. But it's so fun, gravity right there. But if you just let it dry.
There it is.
And I think that these really look so boutique. And when you get to the game and someone says, "Where did you order that? Where did you find that?"
And
you say that you made it yourself. That's like all I ever want.
And then look, when they say, well, can I order? And now you've started a business. Wait, I have to put my
We're going to have Erin selling sunglasses in the WFA
attire
bathroom.
on.
Yeah.
Come on now, girl. I'm ready to
She's
go.
so ready for the game. I think you look so cute. I think you look like yourself, which I think is great. I think people at the match are going to stop you. And I think that when you have these items in your closet, you'll likely wear them again.
And
because
that's the
they're
big
yours.
one.
Yeah.
So good. Okay,
But
tell us, where can we find you, all the things? Because I know you do all sorts of things during the summer.
Camp.crafty on Instagram. Bring us to your watch party. It's so much fun. Athleticism is all about creativity. It's all about like the secret shot, the creative play. It gives you something to do with your hands while you watch the game. There's no better partnership, I think, than arts and athleticism.
Thank you for being here this morning. I feel so stylish in my hat now.
Go Team USA.
Go Team USA.
Dallas.
Coming up on GMT, Grammy-winning artist Myron Butler gives us a preview of Still We Sing, the Legacy Sessions, a live gospel concert and recording event paying tribute to two gospel legends. Despite what critics had to say, though, Scary Movie 6 had a dominant first weekend at the box office. We break down the numbers for you in GMT here in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. Two gospel legends inspire one unforgettable night. Save the date, June 20th to be exact, for Still We Sing, the Legacy Sessions, a live concert and recording session at Dallas's Wiley Theater. And Grammy Award-winning gospel artist, songwriter, and producer Myron Butler is here to tell us all about it. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So glad to have you here. So tell me, what is Still We Sing, the Legacy Sessions? What is it all about?
Yeah, Still We Sing, the Legacy Sessions is about keeping gospel music alive and making sure that all of the generations remember the power and the potency and the relevancy of gospel music.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed. Come
Absolutely.
on, you speaking the gospel this morning, a little bit about the gospel, I think.
Absolutely. Don't push me. Don't push me.
I like it. Okay, so
Yes.
why did you choose to honor Andre Crouch and
Yes.
Thomas Whitfield specifically?
Man, Andre Crouch and Thomas Whitfield, first of all, they were one or two of the biggest influences on my musical journey. But both of them, literally, Andre Crouch, his music transcended the church. It went into mainstream. Thomas Whitfield's music literally changed the landscape of how gospel artists and gospel musicians approach gospel music. Yes. So part of it is selfish because they impacted me, but I wanted to honor them because they are some of the premier gospel legends. And we throw that word around, but they are truly legends.
You know what? I like the fact that you put a full circle moment spin on it because of the simple fact that you're like, yes, it's selfish and I do appreciate them.
Yes.
But without those influences, we wouldn't have the next generation of musicians and artists to add to the gospel genre.
Absolutely.
And so June is Black Music Month, as
It
you
is.
know. So
It
how
is.
does this event connect to the larger celebration of Black music in general?
Yes, I mean, for me, because gospel music is not just about church history and celebrating the music of the church. It is literally that gospel music has a very tangible and potent effect on music in general. I mean, like you get Beyonce who says, this person from the church influenced me, and so many other gospel musicians and artists, and all of those have literally had an effect on music in general. So when we talk about Black Music Month, I thought it just befitting and, just important that we make sure that gospel music gets highlighted.
I was about to say, you walked me right into my next question, which is why is gospel music still so important today? Because I do think you're right. The church has so much influence on so many different genres that, I mean, you could literally start with gospel and then
go anywhere.
Yeah. And so tell me, do you think that's why it's important?
I think that, but I think also because it gives language to hope. Hope, we're living in some very, interesting times.
Yes,
and
indeed.
People in every phase of life, everybody needs hope. It doesn't matter what your background is, what your socioeconomic background is. And gospel music gives language to that. It literally puts words on what hope looks like tangibly. Yes. So that's why I think gospel music still is and will always be relevant.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I heard this theory the other day. I'm going off script right now, I just want to say. But I want to know what your thoughts are. So you know how we have usually a worship team, but it used to be a choir. And now it's like 3 or 4 people max, and then maybe like a band or two to like, you know, a drummer or something to go along with it. Do you think the scope of how we worship in church has changed the gospel genre and then music thus after that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, let me go to that, because that's something that we talk about in gospel music so much. They say, bring back the choir.
Yeah.
Well, I am of the mindset that the choir never left.
Ooh.
I started out as a choir director doing choir workshops. There will be a choir at this concert. There will be an orchestra. So for me, I think that yes, gospel has kind of evolved, and you've seen different iterations of it. But for me, the gospel choir will always have a place in church music.
Come on now.
Always.
Come on now. They're
Come on,
still
altos.
present. They're still here. They're still here. Come on, sopranos. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so tell me why it's important to you and to the genre in regard to everything when it comes to gospel pioneers, legends, keeping them alive for the next generation.
Yeah, you know, we say this, and I think, you know, it's not just tongue-in-cheek, that we're standing on the shoulders of those who came before us. But for me, that is literal truth. I am not so gifted that I just blazed my own trail. I have to understand that there were Kirk Franklins, that there were Dinah McClurkins, that there were Thomas Dorseys and Shirley Caesars and Albertina Walkers that came before me and made the path that I chose to take musically possible. It wasn't just me. So I think that this generation and every generation has to know and has to hear and has to see the music and the influences of the voices that came before them. We have to repeat that in every generation.
Let me ask you this. What's the feeling that you get when now the next generation has added your name to that list?
Wow. It makes me feel old. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm still 20. You know, no, I'm humbled. I'm humbled because I come from very humble beginnings. I was born in a small town in Florida, and I could not have navigated the path that God allowed for me. So when there are current generation, you know, individuals that celebrate my music and say that I influenced them, it makes me humble.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. God has given you the path, and you have followed the light and the journey. And
Absolutely.
I think obedience is the hardest part of the relationship.
Come on,
and
but
you
it's
are
better than
doing
sacrifice.
It. Come on now. Any other projects that you're working on that we can look forward to?
Yes. Well, I started out doing music with my group Levi, Myron Butler and Levi, and we are in the throes of doing music for the next Myron Butler and Levi record that will be out at the beginning of 27.
Nice.
Yes.
Very
So
good.
always doing something.
There's
Always irons in the
something
fire.
to look forward to. Can I ask you, because you're such an uplifting person, is there a particular song that you listen to when you're down, when you're out, that really raises your spirit?
Yes, you know, it's an Andre Crouch song.
Is it?
And it's Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Because for me, I look, it's scripture. And I look at that as a command, that I literally have the power and the authority to command my soul, to command my emotions, no matter how I feel, no matter what I'm going through, to bless the Lord. And that lifts me.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Okay, look, I'm going to add that to my playlist. That's a good one indeed. I like it.
Yes,
okay, what can people expect when they attend June 20th, Wiley Theater for the concert and live recording?
They can expect a phenomenal experience, not just a concert, not just a recording. We're going to take them back down memory lane in a way that they will not forget. And it's a live recording, so those that will be in attendance will be a part of this history-making event.
Come on now.
Yes.
You know, when you listen to those tunes and they have like the live audience in the background, listen, we are going to be a part of it, you guys. We're going to be on iTunes. I'm so excited.
I love it.
Where do people go for more information, tickets, all the things?
Yes, go to www.attpact.org/Myron26.
Myron, thank you so much for being here this morning. I enjoyed this
Thank you so
conversation.
much for having
The
me.
Lord is present. I love
yes,
it.
He is.
So good. Greg, let's talk about it. What's going on with the weather?
All right, we are talking about some very steamy conditions the rest of the week, but also some low-wind rain and thunderstorm chances as well. We'll carry that into the weekend, too, so we'll talk more about it when GMT continues after this.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
I feel like I'm currently going through the 7 stages of grief when it comes to the spring weather because I am currently in denial that the triple digits are on their way.
Oh, it's inevitable. It is. You know it's going to happen. We're in June. The later we get to June, the closer we're going to get to that.
It's coming, y'all. It's coming.
Oh, can't do anything about it. Yeah, it is going to be hot and humid. It's going to feel like it's up around 100 today and over that as we go through the rest of the week. Looking at 79 degrees, taking you out to the Trend Tower camera there in Rockwall. We'll still look at mostly cloudy, partly to mostly cloudy skies out there, but the low clouds will start to scatter out a little bit more across the area here as we go through the morning, heading into the afternoon hours and coming back out to the UNT campus, already back up to 82. And look at those winds, a little gusty there, 24 miles per hour right now. So here's that day planner as we go through the rest of today. We're going to continue to see those temperatures climbing somewhere in the lower 90s, we think, today. But check out that heat index. Upper 90s to around 100 is what it's going to feel like out there today. We'll have those south winds as well, 10 to 20, so they'll be a little bit brisk at times. Now, as we go through the rest of the week, triple-digit heat indices for sure. We're going to be up around 105, maybe heading into Thursday, 103 to 104. We'll carry that into the weekend with those daytime highs in the low to mid-90s. But we'll also have at least a slight chance late Thursday going into Friday for a shower or thunderstorm. I'm going to keep that coverage pretty low through the end of the week, heading into the first part of the weekend. But I do think we'll see a little bit better chance for some showers and thunderstorms as we head on into Sunday. Right now, we're only keeping that coverage at about 30%, but I think we'll bump that up a little bit here over the next couple of days. So just keep that in mind as we head on into Sunday. We'll have a cold front approaching, so that will help enhance our chances for some showers and thunderstorms and also keep those temperatures in check for a few days as well. So we'll have highs only near 90 early next week with that rain and thunderstorm chance through Monday. And then as we go through the rest of next week, heading toward Juneteenth, getting into the Father's Day weekend, and also the official start of summer there on Sunday. We'll have those highs back into the low and mid 90s. All right, Erin, back over to you.
My goodness, the official start of summer already here. Thanks, Greg. Summer is the perfect time, actually, for a road trip or a long weekend getaway. And when you want theme parks and culture and history and food and it to be affordable with free attractions, San Antonio checks every single box. Didi Poti with Visit San Antonio joins me to share so much more. Good morning to you on this Victory Tuesday.
Good morning. Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go. Hallelujah. We are on the board, you guys. Tell me, though, why is San Antonio such a smart choice, such a smart summer choice?
Smart summer choice, absolutely. Well, you nailed so much of it. You know, number one, people are looking for affordability this summer. You could certainly go to Florida or California, but DFW, we're here to say right down the road, a short flight, a short drive is a world-class destination that almost 40 million people choose to go there. So it's right in your backyard. So much new to see and do. And I'm telling you, congratulations on your World Cup games. But if anybody's looking for a little escape hatch, we've got just the destination for that as well.
Come on now. Okay, so let's talk about it. Family fun highlights. What can we expect?
All about the family in San Antonio. Family could be a girlfriend getaway. It could be a little nuclear family. It could be a multi-generational trip. But in San Antonio, we've got something for everyone. We love our theme parks, right? We're the theme park capital of Texas, and there's good reason for that. We have over 200 rides and experiences at all of our theme parks, and new at SeaWorld San Antonio this year is Barracuda Strike. Isn't that a fun name?
My gosh.
I know. It's Texas's first family inverted coaster with a special drone show this year. It's going to be wonderful, and we're very proud about Electric Ocean, which just reopened for the summer at SeaWorld San Antonio. Here we're seeing Aquaglow. Aquaglow has foam parties. It has wonderful neon lights, the thrilling music, and Electric Ocean has some of those nostalgic, wonderful animal shows. And of course, around the corner at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, oh, how much fun is this? The Fiesta Luz is the drone show that'll happen all this summer against those quarry walls, the wonderful rides, the wonderful coasters, musical entertainment, and of course, those Looney Tune characters, which are for the young and young at heart.
Oh, yes, indeed. Okay, now I know, because I know San Antonio well, hidden gems, new experiences, there's always one.
That's right. You want to peel back the layers when you're in San Antonio, because even the neighborhoods, Southtown, River North. But I tell you, let's go to Morgan's Wonderland as a hidden gem. That is the world's first ultra-accessible theme park, a beautiful experience in San Antonio. And new, just opened, is Wings of Wonder. Erin, it is so cool. It's a 39-foot tower ride and really fully accessible. And just around the bend at the award-winning San Antonio Zoo, the gorillas are back for the first time in 35 years. Look at that fella. He wants to welcome you to San Antonio. And we have Zoo Jurassic Park all summer long with 16 animatronic dinosaurs sprinkled throughout the park just for fun and an exciting thing to see at the San Antonio Zoo.
My goodness. Okay, let's talk culture and history really quick. What's on tap as far as this summer goes?
You can't say San Antonio without thinking about culture and history,
Yes.
right? So we love that. The Briscoe Western Art Museum, another hidden gem, beautiful on the San Antonio River. Tejano Legacy is the exhibit opening up this summer, celebrating the wonderful genre of music with a special section just on Salina Quintanilla. Bitty bitty bom bom.
Hey, come on.
That's right. And then right next to the Briscoe is the Fiesta Noche del Rio at the Arneson River Theater. You could be sitting at an outdoor amphitheater. You could be going by on a boat, but really fun music. The Alamo's happening. Mexico City is in the heart of downtown. And of course, fireworks and drone shows, family entertainment. We celebrate 4th of July
Whoa. My gosh. Okay, San Antonio is definitely the place to be over the next, 60 days? Summer is quickly coming indeed, like Greg just said. Didi, thank you so much for being here this morning. And this is a really exciting time to be in San Antonio, especially with the finals going on. So if that doesn't give you a reason, then everything else that Didi just said definitely will. For those trip ideas, planning tools, and the latest summer updates, check out visitsanantonio.com.
Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go indeed. Thank you so much for being here
Thank
this
you,
morning.
Erin.
Eat, hydrate, and repeat. Coming up tomorrow on GMT, how to fuel your body like a professional athlete. Then from Toy Story 5 to Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day, this Chicks Flicks breaks down June's box office blockbusters. And when used appropriately, it has an 83% rate of return on a dinner invitation. The star of Granbury Theater Company's production of Legally Blonde shows me how to do the bend and snap. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back. Divorce can be difficult for everyone involved, especially children. So this morning, Brett Nelson, founding partner of the Nelson Law Group, joins us to discuss how kids can get caught in the middle and what parents should know. Good morning to you.
Morning.
So glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so when we talk about kids being caught in the middle of a divorce, what does that actually look like? How does that show up in real life?
I think a primary reason or ways people put their kids in the middle of their divorce is one, they use them as messengers or delivering documents, and two, when a parent is talking negatively about the other parent, either directly to the child or the child overhears it. And at the end of the day, if the child isn't coming home from the other parent's household and expressing and telling you, hey, this is what I did at mom or dad's and had a great weekend and stuff like that, that's a red flag. And you really need to evaluate your household to see, and maybe even seek outside help with a counselor or something to find out why your child doesn't feel it's safe to love both parents.
So can I ask you then, why do parents tend to do that? Why do they lean towards bad-mouthing the other parent or leaning into negative habits that then affect their child?
It's a great question. I really believe that most parents just are unaware. They don't recognize how impactful their body language is, the facial expressions, just the little things that we don't pay attention to when we're talking about somebody or to somebody. And then finally, in the worst cases, I think people are so angry that they feel that their behavior is justified and they're projecting their feelings about the other parent onto their children, which is harmful.
Indeed. Okay, I like what you said, though, about sometimes you can't control your face, and naturally your kids pick up on everything that
100%.
you do, and so you want to make sure that you're cautious. Now, tell me, what is one thing you wish every parent understood about their children during the divorce?
It's really important that the child knows that it's okay and it's permissible to love both parents.
Yes.
Children are 50% mom, 50% dad. And if you're speaking negatively about the other parent, you're really speaking negatively about half of the child. And that really impacts their emotional well-being. At the end of the day, I tell my clients, love your children more than you dislike the other parent.
There you go. That's actually a really good tip. I was going to add that. That led me to my next question of any tips as far as knowing when's the right time to make that call to find a lawyer and to lean into the hard decision.
If you're thinking you need a lawyer, you probably do. And pick up the phone, call. Our consultations are always free, and so you can get the advice that you need and move on intentionally about your life rather than wondering.
Yes, indeed. Can I ask what happens during that consultation? Do we lay everything out in that space, or how does that usually go?
It depends. Most of the time, the client will come in and they'll fill out an information sheet that lets us know what they're here to talk to us about, and then we gather information and try to provide them with guidance so that they can at least, when they leave the office, they're equipped to make it the next best step.
Exactly. They can go and grow with the knowledge that they have and that you've
100%.
provided. This is really good tips, and I think for an especially hard conversation to have, because it does affect everyone that it's included. And so I appreciate you being here this morning and giving us the tips that we need.
My pleasure.
Yes, indeed. All right, so this was great information, like I said, and if you're at home and you're thinking, I'm ready to learn more, if you're in this space, you can visit NelsonLawGroupPC.com, or you can call 972-808-7227. You can also scan that QR code that's on your screen right there for so much more information. We'll be right back. It is my favorite time of morning. It's time for some GMT, and if you ain't got the tea, then you must not be watching me. So let's spill it. Scary Movie 6 hit theaters this past weekend, and it hit a franchise best opening at $105.5 million around the globe. And while the new entry to the franchise didn't receive the best scores from critics, it is setting itself up to be a major box office hit. This has sparked a debate over how Black-oriented spoof films, specifically those by the Wayans brothers, are received by film reviewers versus how they ultimately perform at the box office. It only received a 25% tomato meter score on Rotten Tomatoes, but despite the harsh critiques, $55 million was domestic across 3,490 theaters, making it the highest grossing open in the franchise's 26-year history, whereas the other $50 million came from overseas, with the top countries being Mexico, the UK, and Germany. The movie cost a modest $30 million to make, so the success it's seen in the first 3 days has made their budget back and then some, of course. Examples in the past of critics rating the Wayans brothers movies low include the 2004 comedy White Chicks. It grossed $113.1 million, but it received a 15% fresh rating on the tomato meter, while their 2006 comedy Little Man, which was so good, grossed $104 million worldwide, but it only received a 12% on the tomato meter. Now, their 1996 comedy Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, it grossed $21 million with a budget of just $3.8 million, and it only got a score of 32%. That just goes to show you that critics don't know it all the times. They usually just know their own opinion. Go check it out for yourselves. I personally have not seen Scary Movie 6, but plenty of people in the station have, and they say it is good indeed. So make sure you go check it out. Now, switching gears to something you can watch at home. Drummer and leader of The Roots and musical director for The Tonight Show, Amir Questlove Thompson, is now establishing himself as one of the greatest music documentarians of this era, you guys. Earth, Wind, and Fire centers around Maurice White, the creator of one of the most influential R&B groups of all time. His troubled upbringing in the segregated South, and crucially, how his mother left him when he was just 5 years old to seek opportunity in Chicago. She always said she would come back for him, and 13 years later she did, but that hurt never left him. And even as he overcame one obstacle after another, beginning as a drummer for the iconic blues label Chess, moving to his work with jazz legend Ramsey Lewis, and finally risking it all to form Earth, Wind, and Fire. But as they became one of the biggest groups in the world, he gradually lost hold of the group. By the early 80s, the group's golden era was pretty much over, just when their careers should have been reaching even greater heights. And so Questlove says all the groups that they influenced in the 70s suddenly became gods in the 80s. Kool and the Gang, the Pointer Sisters, the Commodores, Lionel Richie, the Jacksons. But Earth, Wind, and Fire were the ones that were left out in the cold, end quote. And so Questlove says that he's actually played with Earth, Wind, and Fire multiple times. He calls it a poetic moment each time, but he just feels like this is the flowers that they're due and they need their space. And I personally agree. This documentary comes in a long line of projects that Questlove has been working on, including documentaries called Summer of Soul, Sly Lives, and Ladies and Gentlemen, 50 Years of Saturday Night Live Music. They can all actually be found on HBO right now. They've all premiered. And so I'm excited to see Questlove kind of take this different route of being a documentarian rather than just a musician, but the fact that he's doing it about music, putting his knowledge into cue and making sure that the knowledge is passed on to the next generation. I'm a fan indeed, and I can't wait to see Earth, Wind, and Fire, the documentary. It's going to be so good. That is your tea of the day, you guys. We'll be right back.
Wardrobe for our hosts is sponsored by Dillard's at North Park Center.
My favorite type of viewer is the viewer who makes it to the end of the show. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today on this Tuesday. If you missed anything from today's show, remember you can always rewatch GMT on your own time on the free-to-download WFA Plus streaming app for your TV. You can also download it on your phone as well, where you can catch entire shows that you may have missed under that news tab. You can also select just the segments from our show to watch on demand under the shows tab. It replays on WFA Plus and on our sister station, KFAA Channel 29. At 1 p.m. today, so make sure you look out for that. And if you want more GMT after that, well, then you can get on YouTube, type in Good Morning Texas, and we have all of the segments broken out for you there as well. We're making sure that GMT is accessible everywhere for you. Plus, coming up tomorrow, you're going to want to make sure that you're here. Paige takes us to Hank's European Deli and Black Forest Bakery, where they'll actually be hosting the official Dutch national team watch party, which is really exciting. I'm sure everybody will be decked out in orange. I should probably tell Paige that she needs to wear like a full orange outfit, although she probably already knows. But that is going to be really exciting. The World Cup, you guys, it is making its presence known, and it is here. Now, we also are talking how you can fuel your body like a pro, a professional athlete to be specific. You want to be in tune with all the soccer players that are coming into town. We're going to tell you how to do it. Make sure you're here tomorrow. But until then, have a good morning, Texas. I'll see you later.